You can use any tools you have available to take measurements. In our experience, we have yet to encounter a perfectly straight staircase. Most have angle inconsistencies. In this video, we'll show you how to handle this challenge. We'd like to remind you that when installing vinyl stairs, you should be proficient in using a miter saw or a table saw. The first step is to cut nosing return to match the depth of your bowl nose. Use an extra piece of nosing as a template before cutting the purchased nosings. Don't forget to leave 1/8 or 1/16 gap for glue. Next, we measure the second part of the thread for depth or width to make the template. Take your time with cuts on the purchased nosings. A typical stair thread is usually 32-36 inches in length, which means there will usually be a 10-12 inches piece left over from each nosing we provide, since we make nosing usually a full plank length. Use these leftover pieces to practice your cuts and to make templates. As you can see, we use tape to write down the numbers when we do our measurements. As we mentioned earlier, stair angles are usually inconsistent and thread depth may vary as well. Be very careful in your measurements and cuts. Now you can prep the saw and cut the second part of the thread for your template. Now you can connect the nosing template to the second part of the thread template and test it on each step. Now you can use the nosing template to set up the saw to cut all your nosings. Do the same for the second part of the thread using the template for that section. If your thread depth differ, the second part of the thread will vary in width as well. Proceed to measure the thread width at the nosing and the riser. As you'll notice, the measurements can differ by about 1/8. You can take measurements either with a measuring tape or a laser distance measurer. For creating a template for each step, you can use a Stair Step Scribe or make a template out of plywood. We'll show you how next.